Hey guys, good morning, and it is day one of the carnivore diet or the zero carb diet, and also now the zero carb till Christmas challenge that my Keto Norms has started a profile on Instagram who I am now following, and I think it's pretty cool. She has also been inspired by the very same podcast, the Joe Rogan podcast, which had Dr. Sean Baker, and looks like a lot more people are starting to get into this zero carb thing. So today is day one. I woke up and I weighed myself and I was 66.3 kilograms, and then I decided to go to the butcher shop to pick up some meat, basically to stock up, because I think that's the way I'm going to be able to sustain this, is by planning ahead and not losing focus. So I went to the butcher. I got myself some beef mince, some pork mince, which is ground pork and ground beef for Americans. I got myself a full chicken with skin and everything. I got myself some pork shoulder, some pork spare ribs, and 700 grams of chicken hearts. I love chicken hearts. I don't know about you, but I love chicken hearts. And of course, I got myself some beef fillet, because in India, like I told you, we don't get sirloin and T-bone and all that. We just get fillet steaks, we get beef mince or ground beef, and we get regular beef, which is tough as nails, and none of this beef has any fat on it. So anyway, I will have some butter for sure. And the most important thing is, I did not have my morning coffee, and that was important for me to not do that. And you know what, I'm not feeling any better or worse. A lot of people get affected by caffeine. They say, oh, I get the morning rise with my coffee and blah blah blah. I'm fine. I just had some water, went to the butcher shop. Now I'm back here, and now I'm going to have my breakfast, which is going to be a delicious hunk of beef steak with some butter, and I'm going to have my coffee with that, so the coffee is not suppressing my hunger. Anyway, let me go and cook that up now, and then I'll get back to you guys. Alright guys, so here I am with my breakfast. Some delicious steak and my black coffee with 1 drop less of stevia, just so that I can try and maybe progress towards drinking an all black coffee. Now for my steaks, it was very simple. I bought a huge filet mignon, or the tenderloin, and I chopped it up into fillets, and I basically just seasoned it with some sea salt, and then I took out my cast iron pan, heated up some, I think, pork fat I had lying around from an earlier recipe, and I put the steaks in. I fried them on both sides. I added a knob of President butter, which now we get in India, and basted the steaks with the butter. And yeah, once I was done, I just let the steaks rest, and then here I am now to eat my breakfast. So yeah, time for me to dig in. Yep, I mean, steak, butter, what's not to like? I haven't eaten steak in a long time, and this is a good steak. So I'm going to finish eating, then I'll get back to you and we'll have a little chat. Alright guys, so I'm done with breakfast and it's time to talk about some stuff. Let's start with the meal. Beef steak for breakfast? Good. Well, actually it was not beef. You know what it is. It's water buffalo. Oh, why won't my countrymen let me eat beef? Anyway, our cows are not good enough to eat. So anyway, water buffalo steak in the morning. It's a very lean cut of meat, so I added like a tablespoon of that pork fat while cooking it, as well as a big knob of butter. Definitely one of the most filling meals I've eaten. Like those 3 pieces, which is about 300 grams of steak, which is I think maybe 10 or 12 ounces, if I'm not mistaken. I struggled a little bit towards the end, but I'm also not used to eating any breakfast on a regular basis. But this I definitely think will keep me going. So like I said, I bought a whole bunch of stuff while shopping, and I'm sure a lot of people are actually concerned about the cost now, because you know what, on paper right now this felt a little expensive. So I spent about 2,800 Indian rupees approximately for all the meat that I bought. It's about 45 US dollars, I think, give or take, depending on the exchange rate, which is about 28 pounds at about, I think, 35 euros maybe, if I'm not mistaken. So that seems a bit much for one shopping trip of only meat. But given that given the stuff I got actually, so I'll tell you what all I bought exactly. I bought one whole kilo. So 1 kilo is 2.2 pounds. So 2.2 pounds. Yeah, okay, I can't do the calculation any further, but you get what I'm saying. So 1 whole kilo of beef mince, 1 whole kilo of pork mince, and the airplane flying was free, complimentary. An entire chicken which weighs about a kilo, about 1 kilo of pork shoulder with lots of fat, 1 whole kilo of pork ribs, spare ribs, Yorkshire pork. This is not the Indian breed, it's the English breed of pork, and the tenderloin fillet, which was 1.7 kilos, and I also got 700 grams of chicken hearts. So that's a lot of food actually. I definitely think it should see me through the week. So I've got a couple of ideas of what I can do to have non-boring food. What I would like to know is, what are all the spices and seasonings that are acceptable? And I mean like specific. Like, can I use cumin? Can I use turmeric? Can I use red chili powder? Can I use dried rosemary? Can I use dried thyme? Can I use dried basil? Are these okay? Because they're small quantities, but they can add a lot of flavor to the dish as opposed to just having salt. Because one of the websites said no pepper as well. So I'm going to do some more research. If any of you are very well aware about this, definitely leave me a comment and tell me what you think about what seasonings are acceptable. Because they said mustard is acceptable, like in the, not optimal, but kind of acceptable. And mustard, well, it's, I mean, if I can have mustard, why can't I have some powders? Anyway, I'll try and I'll work it as I go along. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about was, a lot of you expressed concern. Sahil, what about gout? What about your kidneys? What about uric acid? What about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? And I just want to say one thing. First of all, given that I'm going to do it for like 10 days or 12 days or even 2 weeks, I don't see it making a mad, crazy impact on my health. I could be wrong, I'm not a doctor, let me not be the medical advice giver, but I have a feeling I'll be okay. This is provided I don't give up in 5 days like my friends at Keto Connect. Oh, by the way, Matt is doing this again for 10 days because of that 10-day Christmas challenge that has been put up. So, anyway, so just think of it this way, guys. When you were first told about the keto diet and that you had to eat high fat and drop out all carbs, did most of you go like, oh wow, that just sounds absolutely natural and normal, let me go and do it? No, you were all like, oh my god, you're gonna die if you eat so much fat, you're gonna get a heart attack if you eat so much fat. Till somebody did it, explained the science to you, showed you that, look guys, this is what happens, our body can work on fats, you know. So just give this time. Maybe this thing is also going to sort of become a thing soon enough, you know. And let me just also be clear about my feelings. Look, I'm not saying this is something I can ever do for the duration of my life, you know, because I'm a foodie. Like I said, I live to eat, and beef and salt and water not going to cut it long term for me. But you know what, for me this will be like, oh, I managed to drop some weight on this. Oh, I managed to break my keto stall. Oh, it was an interesting way for me to sort of redevelop my palate. I don't know, this could be many things, and we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, enough jibber jabber for now. I'll see you when I eat my next meal. Alright guys, so here I am. I'm here with my second meal of the day. I had steak for breakfast at around 10 a.m. It was 3 huge pieces, and now it's almost 4 p.m. and I'm having chicken hearts, stir-fried chicken hearts. And I decided to use black pepper in this, and I know it's a gray area, but I use like 1/4 teaspoon, so I have a feeling like minimal amounts of spices won't really do anything. on this eating style. But yeah, let's taste the chicken hearts. Oh, yummy. It's really a shame that people don't eat more offal, because this is good stuff. I love lamb hearts. Lamb hearts are delicious. Goat testicles. Believe it or not, they are delicious. So yeah, let me know in the comments, what offal are you willing to try? Would you try eating, maybe try the stomach, or maybe would you try eating heart, or would you try eating testicles, or would you try eating brain? What are you willing? I'm not going to ask you what you won't eat, because you will say everything. But what are you willing to give one try to, if you had to eat just one offal part? Because I think we should eat more of it. Anyway, I've just got a bowl of it. I don't know if I'll eat the entire thing. I'll basically eat till I'm full. I was tempted to weigh it out and see how much should I eat. Maybe I'll eat only like 4 of them or 5. But I'll just basically eat a little bit and see how it goes. I'm going to have my second cup of coffee in a bit, and I will report back at dinner. My plan for dinner is going to be steaks again, since I bought a lot of beef and I don't feel up to cooking the pork today. I think I'll cook the pork maybe tomorrow. And I think these chicken hearts are a great snack in between like a heavy breakfast and a heavy dinner, I think. And I think this will definitely keep me going all the way till then. Anyway, I'm going to get back to work and doing whatever I do during the day, and I'll see you guys later at dinner. Cheers. Alright guys, so I'm down to my last meal of the day, and it's about 8:15 now in the evening, and I'm actually going out for dinner, which is why I'm eating now, because I obviously can't eat anything at the restaurant. An uncle of mine has come down, so we're going out for a family dinner and all that. So yeah, I'm going to eat beforehand. I was feeling a bit strange in the evening, nothing major, just a slight like, maybe I've eaten too much meat, I don't know. But after eating a little bit of the steak, I'm feeling actually fine now. So I don't know what it was, but I will report back tomorrow with what happens. But first day has been pretty cool. In fact, the thing I was feeling in the evening was a little bit like when you're just getting into keto. So maybe this is me just adapting to the all meat diet. Anyway, so far so good. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next carnivore diet or zero diet vlog. Cheers guys. Take care. Beef with a spoon.